Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours for the day of 1142 for the 10th of April. There is only a few frontline changes, but they're all massive frontline changes. I really want to avoid using the word massive, but it's just massive. Over in the Kursk front, 23.6 square kilometers. In case you cannot see, let me show you big. 23.6 square kilometers. In the region of Zhuravka, the Russian forces, according to the Russian mapping, have taken Vasilivka as well as fully securing Zhuravka. So geolocation of Russian forces inside Zhuravka has already been noted, and based on the Russian mapping, the fighting is already moving away from Zhuravka, and the Russian Defense Ministry has already announced the capture of Zhuravka. Zhuravka is inside of Sumy region. We are now getting we are probably have more Russians inside Sumy than Ukrainians inside Kursk right now. So we are very close. But like I said, I wanted to wait for the last two settlements in Kursk to be taken before I change the name from Kursk front to Sumy front. So I will still keep to that, but this is a massive advance. At minimum is actually 1.5 kilometers at least. In the furthest point, we are talking about like 3 kilometers advanced by the Russian forces towards Bilovody. So this is massive. Fighting is all around the region. The Russians are also pushing for Volodymyrivka and in the region of Basivka. So the Russians are definitely creating this Sumy front. Like, absolutely. However, the media is only talking about, Zelensky has admitted that the Ukrainians are inside Belgorod. And it released the footage of Ukrainians' incursion into Belgorod, crossing the border. Yeah. They are really squeezing whatever that's left, in the Belgorod offensive, because it's already gone case. Yeah, it's already like a gone case. So the next frontline change, we jump all the way to the Toretsk front. So over at Toretsk, after the two, so this is in the northwest of Toretsk. Toretsk city is over here. This region is the outlier, where the Russian forces has been previously geolocated here. And then the previous update, we talk about this one over here. A new geolocation has appeared this time around along the highway, and this leads to a massive frontline change in this sector. This road leads all the way to Konstantinivka, and this is the major highway from Konstantinivka to Toretsk, and the Russian forces is basically breaking out of Toretsk city. So how is there still fighting within Toretsk is beyond me now, but the fighting is now really, the Russians are really pushing out of this region. So this geolocation with the Russian forces advancing, and we assess that the entire road is now under Russian control from this region here. So which corroborates or rather justified my judgment call to not draw in the Ukrainian gray zones in this sector of the neighborhood of Toretsk, because I just don't think it makes sense to draw in the Ukrainian gray zone. And I'm correct, because the Russians have already advanced pretty bigly. At the nearest point is around 400 meters plus, and at the furthest point, this entire road is around 2 kilometers that's now under Russian control. Very massive advances, and they are now reaching this industrial building. So this is like a mining thing, I think. Yeah, it looks like a mine or some processing plant along here. So very huge advance. You can see this is looking really dangerous in the direction of Klebanbek. So the another frontline change is over, still in the Toretsk front, but in the New York sector around Alexandropil. This Alexandropil and this mapping here, this is Ukrainian mapping. The Ukrainians have acknowledged that everything east of Pentelemenivka as well as Alexandropil is now entirely under Russian control. The Russians have closed up all the grounds up to the Ukrainian fortification over here in the west of Alexandropil. And yeah, this is a huge advance. The distance traveled is around 1.4 kilometers. This chunk here is 6.42 square kilometers. Very, very huge piece of territory lost to the Russian forces. And one last frontline change. We jump all the way to the Pokrovsk front in the southern flank. Geolocation of Russian forces in the south of Zaporizhia and or southeast of Bodanivka. Russian forces geolocated here, corroborating Russian claims in the south of Zaporizhia. So this advance is corroborated based on this geolocation. So there is no change to the Russian mapping. It's just a corroboration, which eliminates the Ukrainian mapping in this sector. So we're gonna whoops. Oh no, it's the YouTube soldier. No, shoot it by pressing the like button. Oh, okay, sorry. I pressed the wrong button and the YouTube soldier appears. I didn't plan it. It's accident. Accident does happen. Yeah. So we let's do some calculation. On the total area captured. The biggest advance, of course, is over in the Kursk front because of the massive collapse around Zhuravka. The entire line is lost by the Ukrainian forces, and then Toretsk itself, two different regions have Russian advances. That also leads to 7.16 square kilometers. The smallest is this one, which is just a corroboration of the Russian capture. So 23.6 plus 7.16 plus 2.14, 32.9 square kilometers. This is actually bigger than the last frontline changes report, which was for 2 days. So in 1 day, the Russians had advanced more than 2 days of advance in the past 2 days. So this Sumy front is going to become a big headache for the Ukrainians if this advance continues at a very high pace. Yeah, we're going to have some dramatic thing, and yeah, it will be more entertaining to watch the reports for sure. So thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update. And happy birthday to you if you have birthday today.